What's up viewers, and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I review the latest live TV model to hit the market under a new brand called StreamX. This is the StreamX X1 Pro and it's designed to deliver thousands of live TV channels, TV series, and video-on-demand movies. In this model, I don't expect the hardware to be much of a difference, but the streaming service provided is what will mostly be the determining factor for deciding to purchase this unit. So up next, we take a look at what's in this new X1 Pro, its price, and where it's available to purchase. So don't go anywhere, my full review is up next. Welcome back after that quick unboxing. So in your purchase, you get your standard TV box contents, and these include the box itself. You get a Bluetooth voice remote, one HDMI cable, a 5V 2A DC power adapter, and a user manual. The box itself has a plastic shell with the StreamX branding and a glossy surface to the top. At the back for connecting ports, it has one HDMI 2.0, a gigabit LAN port, one optical audio, one AV port, an IR extender port, its DC input socket, and a pair of external antennas. On the side has one USB 3.0, one USB 2.0, a micro SD card reader, and a reset button. To the front has an LED display. And to its base has 4 anti-skid rubber feet with ventilation holes. So its first boot up process includes a StreamX animation, followed by their disclaimer about contents and personal usage of the box. Then you have a first startup wizard to adjust your screen and connect you to the internet. Then you're taken to the launcher. You only have to perform the first startup wizard once upon first startup. So this new live TV launcher is called Launcher 5X, and it has a slightly different design to the Superbox models, where its system shortcuts are positioned to the left instead of below the main icons. It has your main icons for accessing its main features and a shortcuts bar at the bottom. It's running on Android 12 tvOS, and under the About section it shows its firmware build information with access to developer options. So at a price point of $279, and that is after a $50 coupon, one often wonder why are these boxes so expensive and yet they are not high-end hardware models. Well, the reason for the high price is due to the live TV and video on-demand service you can access with these models. But before I get into the details, please note that out of the box, this device does not come with any APK App Store, live TV or video on-demand apps pre-installed. You can easily access them, but due to the nature of these services, that will have to be a personal decision for which you take full responsibility. So before deciding to install, please read the disclaimer. So for demonstration purposes only, I installed the live TV, video on demand, and playback applications. I tend to have a lot of fun with these boxes because each brand has its own unique name to identify their apps. We have seen Blue, Tang, Heat, Sterling, Cats, and Mars. And in this model, they chose to name their apps Echo. So we have Echo TV, Echo VOD, and Echo Playback. The Echo Live TV app provides 1,494 live TV channels from top networks such as news, sports, documentaries, regional locals, pay-per-view events, music, and channels from Canada and Latin America. The Echo VOD app provides a total of 14,455 movies across various categories, and each movie has a thumbnail along with a rating, which I find very convenient when deciding what to watch. You also have a total of 2,953 TV series across various categories, and they also have the same movie ratings on the thumbnails. The Echo Playback app records up to the last 7 days of 85 of the most popular network channels. It also comes with a favorites section where you can click and hold the OK button on any channel or movie to add it to favorites. For network channels, you get 720p and 1080p display resolution, and for video on demand, you get 1080p and in some movies 4K. So that right there accounts for 90% of the cost of this box, and when deciding to purchase, you must factor in the long-term savings you will enjoy. In terms of the service, compared to the others, its interface and channels are very much if not the same as the Superbox service, so it's possible that they are feeding off the same servers. For those who are mainly interested in the live TV and video on-demand service, if you have seen enough and have decided that this is one of the boxes you are looking for, then I placed a link in the description along with a $50 coupon to give you a little discount off the regular price. For those who would like to do more with this box other than stream movies and TV shows, you can continue watching for firmware features, system and hardware information, 4K video playback, surround sound audio, and performance benchmarks. So for the rest of us nerds and hardware enthusiasts, these are its firmware features. To the left of the launcher, starting from the top, you have its settings shortcut. You have its file browser, and this file browser also contains its default media player with access to its built-in decoders. You have a one-click cleanup button for freeing up its memory and other system resources. You have an internet speed test shortcut, a shortcut for easy uninstalling of apps, a shortcut to display the status of the Bluetooth remote and how to connect it, a mapping button to assign shortcuts to the number keys of the remote, and a shortcut with QR codes for customer support. For display, you get up to 4K 2160p at 60Hz, and this is true 60Hz as detected by my capture card. It has HDR display with an auto HDR feature and the ability to turn off HDR. It has a built-in screen rotation option, but it does not work when you try to rotate to portrait mode. It has auto frame rate switching. And under format selection, it shows that you have HDR10 and HLG. You don't get Dolby Vision or HDR10+. Under audio formats shows that it does not have any built-in surround sound audio decoders, but it does have an audio pass-through option that can work with media players that have software decoding, and I will test for surround sound audio in just a moment. It has HDMI CEC options, and it works to turn off your TV when you shut down the box and turns it back on from an off position. And even though it shows that it has built-in Chromecast and Google Assistant feature, only the Google Assistant feature works, as my phone could not cast a simple YouTube video using the Mirrorcast feature. It does, however, have mobile screen mirroring via Mirrorcast. For digital writes and root access, it has low-level DRM with no digital writes to stream Netflix and others in HD and 4K. It only has Widevine level 3 with no HDCP protection. And for root access, the Root Checker app shows that the firmware is rooted. Now, a quick look at its system and hardware information. The manufacturer of this chipset is Allwinner, and it comes with 4GB of DDR4 RAM and 64GB of internal storage. Its Bluetooth version is 5.2. Its CPU is the Allwinner H616 clocked at 1.5 GHz configured in 32-bit mode. Its GPU is the Mali G31 with OpenGL 3.2 support. Its Wi-Fi 6 network adapter supports 2.4 plus 5 GHz Wi-Fi. Its Android version is Android 12 and the firmware is rooted as I showed a while ago. It's got Vulkan support API version 1.1. It has an idle operating temperature around 67 degrees Celsius. And for audio and video decoders, it comes with video decoders for the playback of 4K HDR videos, but it does not have any AV1 decoder or any surround sound audio decoders. And there you have its system and hardware information. If you open the apps section, you will find a Mirrorcast receiver app that can cast your Android mobile phones in HD quality. The Android TV version of YouTube plays up to 1440p resolution without HDR. In testing its 4K video playback capabilities, the built-in media player only produced 4K 2160p with HDR. I did not get HLG, Dolby Vision, AV1 or HDR10+. So here's a quick demonstration. This is HDR10. This is what happens when you try to play an AV1 video. This Dolby Vision video plays as HDR10. Dolby Vision with Dolby Atmos creates a noise. This HLG video plays as HDR10. And this HLG video plays as HDR10. So it appears the only format it can produce is HDR10. Even though it lacks surround sound audio decoders, it does have audio pass-through. So when enabled, apps such as MX Player, Kodi, and VLC could produce these formats using software decoding. When connected to my AV receiver and using the box's default media player, it produces Dolby Atmos, Dolby Digital Plus, and DTS Neural X. It cannot produce Dolby Surround, Dolby True HD, DTS HD Master Audio, or DTS X. So first, here is Dolby Atmos.
This is Dolby Atmos, the world's first object-based cinematic audio. With powerful moving audio that transcends from channels.
Next, Dolby Digital Plus. And DTS Neural X. You get Neural X when playing both DTS HD Master Audio and DTS X videos. The box comes with the Mali G31 GPU, but its graphics performance is that of the Mali T720. In comparison to other boxes that use the Mali G31, its GPU rendering performance under the Allwinner chipset lacks detail. Also, Android games will experience throttling because its CPU is clocked at 1.5 GHz to avoid overheating. For benchmarking performance, I will start with its AnTuTu benchmark, and it scored 61,219. Its Wi-Fi 6 and Ethernet LAN speed test revealed that its LAN port is a gigabit LAN port, and it achieved the maximum speed of my internet bandwidth. Its 5 GHz band could only reach 104 megabits per second, and its 2.4 GHz band 33 megabits per second. These are the results of its RAM copy and internal storage read and write speeds. These are the scores of Geekbench 5 CPU single-core and multi-core benchmark. And its GPU performance is as expected. It has a low FPS of 0.75. So I've updated the scores on my chart, and it's no surprise that it's not a high-performance chipset, ranking 114 based on its AnTuTu benchmark score with a 2 out of 5 star rating. The box is primarily designed to stream their live TV and video on demand service, and that's the only thing it's good at. To compare the rest of its benchmark to other boxes in this list, I placed a link in the description below, so be sure to check it out. In summary, the high price for this box has nothing to do with its hardware. As a matter of fact, the all-winner chipset is probably the cheapest on the market. What you are paying for is basically their live TV and video on-demand service or the long-term savings benefit from one of these units. So the main complaint with these models is always the high price, and to address this concern, they provided a $50 discount using my exclusive coupon which I place in the description below this video. So be sure to take advantage before it expires. So that's a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching. The purchase link in the description is my affiliate link, which means if you decide to purchase using my link, you provide monetary support to this channel, which provides the means for me to acquire new and exciting products for review. So thanks in advance for using my link. Give this video the thumbs up if you enjoyed the presentation. If you are viewing one of my videos for the first time, then I urge you to click the subscribe button and the notifications bell to be notified each time I release a new video, post an open box deal, or host a giveaway. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, stay connected, and see you in the next one.